and sorry for my appearance. It's Saturday night, and I'm home by myself. My he's working late tonight, and I was just like, I need to film an update. So, yeah, here I am. So I edited part 1, which obviously will be posted before this, and it is so long. I'm so sorry, guys. And I had to cut out a lot of stuff that I really wanted to keep, but it was just way too long. But again, I wanted to do these videos like actually in the moment, a few weeks at a time, kind of spaced out, instead of doing just like a recap of my first trimester. I just don't feel like it would be as real, and there's reactions that I watched back in that other video that were obviously more in the moment, and they meant more to me, so that's why we're going to do it like this. And I am 10 weeks and 6 days today. I'll be 11 weeks tomorrow. So we're so close to the end of the first trimester, and I'm just so excited. I'm just like, on with it already. Like, why is taking so long? I'm just so excited. I'm also just really excited to finally be able to tell everybody, have these videos posted, post on Facebook, be able to post on social media, talk to other people about my pregnancy and about what's going on, and just everything. I'm really excited about that. So, but I was thinking earlier, it's been kind of nice also not having this on social media or Facebook, or have everybody and their mama know. It's been kind of just, I don't know, like, I guess just because it's so different from our normal day-to-day lives, like where we just post everything, just having like almost like a secret, or just being able to talk to family and really, really close friends about it, and that's it. Like, not be bombarded and overwhelmed with everybody's comments or concerns or advice, or, I know it's going to start and I'm going to be irritated by it, and so I'm just really have been enjoying the time that we have right now, where it's much more personal. So yeah, so I'm kind of like, that's kind of been nice, and I've actually, I'm excited to actually be able to just tell everybody, but it's also been nice to just have that to ourselves at the same time. So, y'all look rough. Should not be filming nothing. So, symptoms-wise, I haven't really had anything crazy going on. The only thing that's changed the past probably week and a half is I've been getting a lot more dreams, like vivid, like really, really vivid dreams. And they all range, they're all like, some of them are just super off the wall, like, what the heck? But I heard somebody explain them. Actually, I think on YouTube, Piper, I think it's Piper DeYoung, she's with A Blushed Life, and she explained the dreams as like blockbuster movie dreams, and so accurate, because that's exactly what they are. I mean, just, that's exactly what they are. Like, they're way more intense than a normal dream would be, and I do dream frequently, so the dreaming part is not really necessarily what's bothering me. It's that they're so vivid and clear, and so, some of them are very, very intense. Some of them are very emotional. So when I wake up in the morning after 3 or 4 dreams, I'm exhausted. Like, I got no sleep last night. I can feel like I feel like I didn't get any sleep. I got no sleep. I ain't got no sleep. I didn't get any sleep. Let me use proper English. And that is tiring. And it's funny because, like, I had 2 days this week where I didn't have any dreams, where I only had like a little baby one that really wasn't anything crazy. And I woke up that morning and I was like, oh, it was amazing sleep. And I was, and then I started thinking, like, it was amazing because I didn't have any crazy dreams. So that has been really annoying. I have noticed, I think, that when I go to bed earlier, I do dream a little bit more. But when I really push myself to stay up a little later and go to bed, I don't have them as much. So I've been trying to kind of do that when I can, when I can make it, because sometimes I'm just too tired and I'm like, I gotta go to bed. But that's definitely been helping. My husband said I've been talking in my sleep too, which I never have done before. He's like, you got this new thing where you're talking in your sleep. And I'm just like, what? So he said the other day it woke him up. I can't remember what he said I said, but it was, I was laughing. I was cracking up when he was telling me, but he's like, it woke me up. Like, you were like talking at the top of your lungs, basically. I'm just like, oh god, it's dangerous. But just kidding. But yesterday I was at work. Yesterday was Friday, and my husband texted me and said, are you doing anything after work today? Like, are you running any errands? Because a lot of times I'll run errands after work because we live out in the country. So where I work, or it's in town. And I was like, no, I don't have anything going on. And I was like, why? Because that's kind of a weird, I knew he was up to something. And he said, then he called me about maybe 2 hours later, and he was like, okay, at 4:30, I booked you a massage, so go to the spa there in town, and he was like, get you a massage. And I was like, what? And he was like, I want you to start getting a massage once a month while you're pregnant, and he's like, everything's paid for. I'm just like, oh my god, it was so freaking sweet. So sweet. He was really sweet yesterday he texted me, he's like, thank you so much for everything you're going through with the baby and everything you're gonna go through with the baby. And he was like, I'm so excited. I'm so happy that we're pregnant and that, you're gonna be a mom, I'm gonna be a dad. It was really sweet. So, and then he booked me the massage. I was just like, oh. So with the massages, they usually say to wait till you're 12 weeks pregnant. So when he booked it himself, and he was talking to the lady, and she was like, okay, is she high risk? And he was like, no. She's like, did he have to take any medicine to get pregnant? And he said no. And so then I'm talking to him like, babe, yeah, we did. Where were you? What? And he was like, well, I know you're not high risk, which, technically my doctor said everything's fine. I'm not high risk right now. And I don't know, so I called them back, and I was like, my husband, he tried his best answering the questions, but, bless his heart, he doesn't really quite know what's going on, with that type of stuff, And I was like, everything's going to be okay, right? I can still get the massage done. And I was kind of like, what? Because she was just like, it's fine, no big deal, you're good, just come in, you can talk to the massage therapist. And it was kind of like they didn't want me to cancel or reschedule the appointment because he had booked it that day. And I don't know, it just kind of was like, y'all just want the money today. It was just kind of was weird. So I was a little irritated at that. But sorry, I keep looking at my dogs in our screen door. But so I was a little just irritated with that. But and then when I got into the appointment, I filled out the sheet. I put that I was pregnant, put how many, weeks and everything. And I get in there, and I get on the table, and she comes in, and she's talking to me, and she's like, because when I came in, I said something about my husband booking it or something like that. So when she came in, she was like, how long have y'all been together? Some just basic questions. And then she was like, do y'all have any kids? And I was like, no, not yet, but I'm pregnant right now. And she was like, oh, really? Oh, no, no. I'm like, I put that on my sheet, and supposedly you had already supposed to know that. And I don't know. So then she was like, oh, okay, so we're not gonna massage your ankle. Well, first she said we're not gonna massage your feet, and I said, do what? No, you're gonna massage my feet. But she was like, we're not gonna massage your ankles because apparently it can trigger preterm labor. I guess there's a pressure point, but I don't know how true that is. I told Cody, I was like, if that was true, I feel like every woman who gets to 40 weeks pregnant would be going in and massage my ankles, let this baby come. So, I was kind of like, I don't know, but she just avoided kind of my ankle area. I don't know, and I've read that that's also a wives' tale, like, I don't know, that you don't need to wait to get a massage done when you're pregnant. Like, it's good for you, go do it. So, and I figured, I mean, I was pretty much 11 weeks, and so I think that's it. So I'll see you guys at 12 weeks. So, thank you, and good night. Wait, two more things. One thing, because okay, so at week 9, like right on that Sunday, because my last update was at week 8. So I did that update Friday after work, and that Sunday, right when I turned 9 weeks, I got the flu. So I was in bed for almost 5 days straight with the flu. It was so miserable. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. And I was so worried about a fever and like keeping my fever down, because that's where you get into miscarriages, preterm labor, birth defects. A lot of people, whatever is forming that week that you get the fever, it slows that, whatever is forming, it slows that down significantly at that stage. So I was like constantly taking my temperature, like freaking out. My doctor did say that I could take Tylenol flu, so I did take that, but I definitely tried to keep it as like minimal as possible, like once a day, mainly just for the fever part of it. And then I drank like a gallon of Gatorade in 2 days. I was just water, Gatorade, like just trying to get all the fluids through me, and so I was sick in bed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I went back to work on Thursday and worked Thursday, Friday, and I felt by Thursday I felt a million times better. I didn't take any medicine at all from that Wednesday and then onward. I just didn't need it, and I felt so much better. So, but that was so miserable as far as week 9 goes. I meant to say that earlier. And this week, another, I guess symptom, my bump is definitely becoming more prominent. I had a student, I work for a university, so we have student workers, and the student worker knows I'm pregnant, and she was like, starting to see, like, you're getting more of a bump, like, you're not going to be able to hide it much longer. I'm just like, oh, like, I just feel, because I'm already plus size, so I just feel like fat. I bet people are like, man, she's gained some weight. Like the tummy looks a little, ugh. So I'm just like, oh man. But I did read that my uterus has grown to the size of a grapefruit. So I think right now it's more bloat / uterus making my stomach poke out, and there's no turning back. Like, I cannot suck it in. Okay, so that's actually it for this update. So we will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Okay, so I'm on my way to the doctor's office for my 12-week appointment. Don't worry, there's no cars around me, I wouldn't be doing this. But my doctor wanted me to go ahead and do a glucose test. So I'm doing that right now, or I'm going to do that right now. I drank the drink already, and now I'm like rushing to get to the doctor's in time. But the drink wasn't that bad. It tastes kind of like Sunkist, but you have to drink it so fast. It's like, oh, it's just really sweet and sugary, but it did kind of remind me of Sunkist. It wasn't as terrible as I feel like people make it out to be. I don't know if it's just the flavor that I got. Maybe there's different flavors. I got an orange one. Obviously, I got an orange one. So maybe that was like why, but it wasn't bad. So I figured I'd kind of vlog the appointment for my 12-week update. So I'm going to try my best to like vlog as much as I can, and then for sure when I get done with the appointment, I'll let you guys know what all happened. So yeah, see you soon. So I just got out of the doctor's appointment. Everything went good. I just had to get, I'm 12 weeks and like 5 days or 4 days or something like that. She wanted me to go ahead and do a glucose test because, which I mentioned that earlier, but because I have PCOS, which is like an insulin resistant issue. So it kind of gives me a little bit higher, probability that I would get gestational diabetes, and also I am overweight. So she just said she wanted to go ahead and like do a few tests here and there just to make sure everything looks okay. My blood pressure was perfect, so that was good. And I did gain 2 pounds, so I wasn't very happy about that. So I texted my husband. I was like, okay, I mean, obviously with the first trimester, it's just been like I've been eating what sounds okay, what sounds good. There's so many things that do not sound good, so I think that's obviously a factor. I'm hoping that that kind of eases up. It already actually has eased up, so hopefully it continues and I can get back on track with eating good, because before I got pregnant I had lost 6 pounds in like 2 weeks and was doing really, really good, and I was like, ugh, kind of frustrating, but everything else went good. I did end up having to get an ultrasound done because they couldn't find the baby's heartbeat with a little like Doppler, whatever they're called, like the little ones in the office. She couldn't find the baby's heartbeat. So I had to go in and do an ultrasound, but I'm glad that I did because I wanted to get another one anyways because I wanted to see the baby. I only got one little picture and it wasn't very good. Like, you can't really see it that well. Let me see. You can't really see the baby that well, unfortunately, but I'm glad I got to hear its heartbeat at least. Kind of gives me a little bit of a peace of mind, and they said everything looks good, so yay! So yeah, that's it for, I guess, for a week 12 update. I might come on and film like a little sit down talk about what's going on, but nothing's really changed. I've been feeling pretty well. When I've been like super busy, I have to rest the next day. That's the only thing I've noticed. Like, I don't feel that good the next day if I've just been like going. But other than that, everything's good. So just counting down to the end of my first trimester. And we take pregnancy announcement pictures on Sunday, and we should probably share everything with everybody next week, probably like towards the end of the week, but I'm almost right at 14 weeks. So happy it's finally here, and I'm just so excited about the second trimester. Woo! So that's it. Thanks, guys. Hey, okay, so I'm officially 14 weeks, so my first trimester is over with officially, and I'm so excited, but I wanted to come on here and wrap up the first trimester and kind of tell you guys about 13 weeks and all that jazz. So start with, we did take pictures last Sunday, and we got them back on Tuesday, and then Cody didn't want to wait any longer, so we went ahead and posted on Facebook, or all our social media on Tuesday that we are expecting. So that was really exciting. I got super emotional whenever I posted it and people started commenting. Like, I was crying in my office. It was super embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh, guys. It was just really sweet, all the comments, and just that we finally got to share the exciting news with everyone. And it was just a super overwhelming feeling because when you're going through the fertility process and you're trying to have a baby and it's not happening as fast as you want it to happen, you think, will that day ever come? Like, will I ever be able to share such an amazing news with my family and friends? Will I ever get to experience being, a mom, or Cody experiencing being a dad? So it was just very overwhelming at that time, but it was a really good day. I'm glad, obviously, now that everybody knows. It's very exciting. And then Wednesday morning, I had to do the 3-hour glucose test because I did not pass the 1-hour glucose test. When I got the news I didn't pass the 1 hour, I was like freaking out. But then I read and I posted on a Facebook page and people were like, that's so common. Pretty much barely anybody passes the 1 hour, blah, blah, blah. So I had to go in for the 3-hour one, go in fast, I got there at like 7:45, got my blood drawn, had to drink the drink again, And then they took my blood 3 more times. No food. I only got to like sip on water every once in a while just to kind of like wet my mouth because it was, obviously it's really dry. So by the time I got out of there, I was so hungry and I was just like, oh, miserable, ready to like, I've never been more ready to go back to work ever. I was just like, this is miserable. So I got that over with. And then the next day they called me and I passed the 3 hours. So that was really exciting, and I was super thankful. I am going to see a dietitian tomorrow. My doctor said obviously she just wants me to go ahead and see a dietitian since I am plus size, and I do have PCOS, which kind of complicates some of the symptoms of pregnancy, especially towards the end with gestational diabetes. So she just wants to be like extra cautious, of course. And I'm anxious to meet with her to kind of get an idea of what I can do better, especially during the second trimester. Obviously, the first trimester, I either A, didn't want to eat, so there was a lot of things I was having aversions to, or B, I was just so exhausted that I was just cooking quick meals. I was just like, okay, babe, do you want this? Good, okay, we're gonna have it. Like, I was just so tired that I didn't want to cook anything too extravagant. So I hope that changes in the second trimester. So far, I've still been pretty tired, but again, I'm hoping that changes. I definitely haven't had any food aversions, so I'm excited about that. And I did go grocery shopping, and I got a bunch of fruit to do like all my snacks with for work. And the biggest thing that's been kind of crazy or kind of annoying is I'll try to describe it where if you haven't been pregnant, you kind of get an idea. When you have those days where you just feel yucky, you just don't feel good, but you don't know, and somebody asks you, well, what's wrong? Why don't you feel good? And you can't really pinpoint it exactly. You can't say, oh, it's my stomach, or oh, it's just my head, or it's like everything doesn't feel very good, and your head's foggy and you feel like you didn't get any sleep the night before. That is honestly the way I've been feeling throughout my entire first trimester, every single day. And it can be kind of emotionally exhausting because you don't have any days where you feel yourself. Like, your body literally feels like it's just been taken over and you're not getting any rest from not feeling just yucky, and I have definitely been very blessed to not have morning sickness or anything like that, constant. Very, very, very blessed for that. So my heart goes out to the women who have that constantly. I feel really bad for you guys. So I have been blessed with that, but it's still, even with not having that, there's so many other symptoms that you do of course have that it's like your body is just, it's freaking the hell out. It's just like, what are you doing? What am I doing? And it's just trying to prepare everything for the baby, and it's in complete overdrive. So it makes everything just feel yucky. So I am very hopeful and praying that my second trimester I get at least a little bit of relief from just not feeling like myself. I think that's it for the 13 weeks update. I was trying to think there's anything else, but I don't think there is. Again, I'm sorry these videos were so long. The future ones will not be this long. They won't be compiled. I'll actually just do like just certain weeks and kind of break them up where they're spread out throughout the pregnancy. If you guys want to continue seeing them or watching them or whatever, please let me know. Comment down below. Again, I'll keep them way shorter. I'm so sorry. That first one I know is just, I doubt anybody even watched it because it's so long. So, but yeah, I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe. Please, please, please. I post videos weekly, and they range obviously mainly makeup, which is what I've been doing, but now there'll be some pregnancy videos thrown in there. So if there's anything you guys want me to answer, you want me to do a pregnancy Q&A, you want me to, I don't know, whatever, just let me know down below. I would love to like make any types of videos for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.